Good evening. It's Monday, September 30th, 2013. You're watching the Convergence Report. I'm Mike Thomas. It's XZ's TV, live streamed by Knockstrom Digital Media, right out of the Downtown Windsor Business Accelerator at 720 Ouellette. You can see out the window right behind me. Tonight on the Convergence Report, we started following a story last week. It was tons of optimism last week with the University of Windsor and CUPE 1393 strike. As they began to talk last Tuesday, and then on the weekend, it kind of the wheels fell off the bus, as they say. So we'll be taking a look at that, kind of figure out what's going on, and there was all kinds of crazy social media things happening in regards to this particular story. Downtown Windsor Business Improvement Association, they kind of put out a memo in regards to how successful Balloonapalooza was, and that also kind of led to Tourism Windsor. They also had their own media release in regards to International Children's Games, so we'll kind of look at that. And of course, we'll take a look at what we call Facebook Karma, or I saw that on Facebook and report it back out to you. You are watching the Convergence Report. I am Mike Thomas on XZ's TV, live streamed by Knockstrom Digital Media, and right here at the Downtown Windsor Business Accelerator. We will be back right after this.
You are watching XZ TV, broadcasting live from Downtown Windsor for the Windsor Downtown Business Accelerator, and this is the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas. We'll be right back. You are watching XZ TV, broadcasting live from Downtown Windsor for the Windsor Downtown Business Accelerator, and this is the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas. We'll be right back.
And we're back, and you're watching the Convergence Report. I'm Mike Thomas. Again, XZ's TV, right down here at the Downtown Windsor Business Accelerator at 720 Ouellette. This is where we shoot from live. So, you know what? Come on. Come by the windows. Come take a look and see us live. And if you want to come in and sit in, and maybe I'll even put you on 20 questions in regards to our big story tonight, which is the University of Windsor and CUPE. Again, talks have broken off, and I kind of did the tweet thing and did the Facebook kind of scan last little bit. I didn't see anything, not that they've gone back to the table, but quite honestly, through a lot of the news agencies today, whether or not it was Blackburn News, whether or not it was Windsor Star, whether or not it was WindsorRight.ca, CTV, they were all kind of hitting AM 800. They're all kind of hitting because it seems to be the big story. Again, with the optimism of the ratification of the other CUPE local last weekend, and then the talks resuming on Tuesday, that we really thought that it was going to go. And then it began again. It began again where it's kind of the he said stuff, and that's the kind of the slides I had last week. And it wasn't he said this week. It's going to Hal Wilderman, two different kind of versions on how the talks broke off. Alan Wilderman, president of University of Windsor, blaming the mediator. He said, well, the mediator called off the talks, and that was what was reported in the Windsor Star on a story by Rebecca Wright on today on the Monday. And it said it came down to the same two issues. We didn't talk a lot about them last week. We did talk, bumping was one. Job evaluation I did talk about, as they're kind of saying, you know what, we don't kind of like how it works. There's too much lump sums involved. There's too much retro pay. They want some major changes to that. Again, it's the Hayes evaluation. If you want to kind of do your Google and look it up on the internet, actually CUPE on their website suggests that you do that. Take a look at it and show that it seems to be that a lot of universities, a lot of schools in Ontario, it's a well-renowned factoring of rate increases, and so they kind of really don't understand why it's such an issue. And of course, the bumping. It's called bumping, and I don't really have the details in saying exactly that this happens and that happens, and again, there's the evaluation process. But it seems the university wants some changes in regards to those two major issues. And really what it said was, it was Holly Ward, Chief Communications Officer for the University of Windsor, in a news release, basically said, you know what, those were the issues. There had really been no movement, so decisions were made not to return to the table after the last round of bargaining on Saturday. There was basically it was a presentation of the CUPE's position. They were supposed to reconvene, take a break for a few hours, reconvene in the morning, and discuss it. And I guess the decision was made not to discuss it, and that is what was on the CUPE website, Local 1393 of the Canadian Union of Public Employees. They said shortly after 8:30 Saturday morning, this is in their own personal news release, was informed by the mediator. So here's Wilderman saying the mediator called it off, and the mediator that the employer would not return to the bargaining table, and if that Local 1393 wasn't prepared to accept the university's most recent offer, there was no point in continuing the talks. So here again we have a situation where we have Wilderman saying mediators wanted said it, and the mediator, according to CUPE, was saying, no, we were told that they ain't coming back, so because they're not coming back to the table, there's no point in meeting. I can understand how it's confusing, but at the end of the day, University of Windsor didn't want to talk anymore. They didn't come back, and that's what's kind of said. So here we go. The strike continues on, and from there, it kind of, there's a lot more ramifications. There's a lot more issues as we become tired. When we kind of have optimism, you kind of look at that. There was a chance to resolve the particular issues. They went back to the table feeling pretty good. It looked like there was going to be some movement. Whether the movement's on both sides, it looked like there was going to be movement. And then a few short days later, we're waking up Monday morning and we're back to square one. They haven't talked at all on the weekend. Did not talk Saturday, did not talk Sunday, and here we were releasing it on Monday. And on Facebook, on the Blackburn news site, news Facebook, it said University of Windsor engineering students, they've had enough, and they said it was worded in a tersely worded letter, again reporting from Blackburn, and that because their laboratories are shut down, they need so many hours to complete their labs. And they said, they need to be accredited with Canadian Engineering Accreditation Board, so they need these labs to go along with the theory. And they're getting kind of saying, we're messing up here. We need to have these things in place for us to go forward as students, to be able to hit the market, to hit the job market. And if we have to dedicate a whole nother year to this, that puts us behind. And they said the letter urges the University of Windsor and union officials to return to bargaining and find a resolution immediately. So that was right from the University of Windsor Engineering Student Society. I guess they've kind of had enough. Everybody seems to be having their chance. And then what they had it kind of broke again earlier this morning. I kind of caught it early, and this was from AM 800, mind you. And to say now the students are saying we want a refund. Okay, well, we're tired of classes being canceled. We don't know if it starts going fast, right? It's been a month. We're into almost into a full month of school, and these semesters. These semesters go pretty quick, and they're now starting to be concerned that that some of the classes, some of them, to be able to finish what they need to accomplish to get their credit, cannot be done with professors not crossing picket lines. And classes being canceled, and now you got the students saying, with not fair, again, feeling that they're stuck in the middle, and they think that's not fair, and it needs to be done, and get back and get this done because we just want to go to school. And again, the same issues raising their ugly head from the weekend before. Saying why can't they talk, why can't they do this, why was the strike selected for September? And again, no matter how much it's explained or how much is kind of put up there, that it gets become an issue going forward, and it's affecting the students greatly now, and they're starting to see it, and they're getting tired. So then, as the day kept on going on, and then the president of the University of Windsor Student Alliance, his name is Rob Crawford. It's his turn for a letter. You got CUPE on their website. You got Wilderman still talking about his letter, or having his staff talk about the letter he put out. And now we have a full letter from Rob Crawford, from the Student Association, and he's saying, "What's all the strike business about? People put the moniker again. It's Windsor. Windsor's on strike, and it seems to raise it to a different profile for some reason. And it just maybe that's part of the history, and part of history we try to forget or to ignore. And at the end, it starts raising its ugly head. The monster is released. So he starts talking about it. We need why is this happening? Why are we on strike? And his first step to begin questioning leadership, questioning administration. Why did these people wait so long? And now that again comes up, and we can go back and talk about it, that they've been out without a contract. CUPE has been working without a contract since April. So why wasn't it taken seriously and sit down and try to seriously negotiate in April, May, June, July, August? They had all these months, and maybe the University of Windsor I know some of the background to the Labor Relations Act, and they could have maybe forced the issue themselves. So here they're blaming the union. The students are now saying, well, why did they wait till September when this really could have been addressed months earlier? So that's it. We need to question people. We can't just keep walking around with our heads in the sand and not try to understand the issues and saying, I'm the only one affected here. Find out what the bigger picture is and ask some tough questions. Okay, we're in 2013. Why do we have to keep having such labor disputes with all the mechanisms in place? And again, we can talk all day long about issues. We need to solve those issues, get it done now. We can't talk about what's going to happen in the 2014 budget, 2015 budget, 2016 budget. We need to get this school year done, and that's, I think, they have to be more honest with themselves, the administration of the University of Windsor and Alden Wilderman, because I think the egg is on their face at the end. Second step is, telling the students, again, they're demanding their tuition back. Their tuition pays for 54% of the school. They are the majority shareholder in this event, and why aren't they part and parcel? Why aren't their needs being looked after and becoming a pawn? And they should never become pawns in the middle of a labor dispute. It's just not right. It's not big manufacturing against the unions. To affect is only the consumer that doesn't get a car at the end of the day. Okay, why do we have to have these scenarios develop? And it's the same issues. And so, you know what? Third step, recognize, this is right from his letter, where the real problem lies. Everybody's fighting over the same buck. We know that. It's tough out there. But I thought it was getting better. Okay, how can we keep it cut? Lay off. If you read the papers, it's cutting jobs, it's lay off, it's reducing wages, it's get rid of pensions, it's get rid of benefits, standard of living that we once had. We understand that there's significant changes that are happening, okay. But why does it always have to go back to what side? Where is the part and parcel of the University of Windsor showing out all the great cuts that they've made, okay, and trying to make their budgets instead of always kind of waffling it down to the people that do it, that keep the university running, to keep the school intact, to keep the students and the professors happy. Why does it always roll downhill that way? And again, that's a question. If you're asking the big questions, ask all the questions. And again, and I do agree with this comment in Rob's letter. Since when did education become a commodity? It shouldn't be a commodity. It shouldn't be that so much worth dollars is put on it. Is that we need to educate the ones that are able to and afford, or whether through student loans or through family support or whatever, and get them from A to B so they can be good, beneficial students and workers and potential employers going forward. And why doesn't our government as a whole value education so highly when it's clear that other people do, like the students themselves? Education should not be the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire, from William Butler Yeats. That is my statement on that. You're watching the Verge Report. I'm Mike Thomas. We will be back, XE's TV, right after this.
You're watching Exist TV, broadcasting live from Downtown Windsor, from the Windsor Downtown Business Accelerator, and this is the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas. We'll be right back. Thanks to our sponsors for allowing us to broadcast this program. And don't miss any of our other programming. And Tuesdays, we have Alcachofa en la Azotea, our Spanish program. Wednesdays, Muscle Care with Nadia and Tahir Hesham, our Arabic programming. And Thursdays, don't miss Betty Goodell with Betty on the Go with Betty Goodell. And Fridays, Beyond Incredible with Ashley Nicole, 6:30.
And we're back, and you're watching the Convergence Report. I'm Mike Thomas, XE's TV, live stream by Knockstrom Digital Media, right here at the Downtown Windsor Business Accelerator, 720 Ouellette, right in the window behind me. That's where we're live streaming at. And again, just to finish up quickly, and I should have done it, finish that, do that, and then we'll bounce to the next one. That was Rob Crawford, again, from the University of Windsor Student Alliance. He is the president, and what he's basically saying, get active, get involved, take your school back. And then we sell, Alex puts a slide up there. It is get the facts. The University of Windsor's website, they have what they believe their position is, and you can trace it. You can almost do a little history bit. Okay, trace it back to April and all the things that were happening between now and then. And of course, CUPE has a get the facts of their own on their website. So get informed, get the facts, and maybe that'll help you understand why this has happened and why we've broken off talks again. And let's cross our fingers, hope for the best, and get back to the table, and let's get this done. Because again, a semester, man, it can disappear very fast on you. That is the reality. The second segment, a second story tonight, it's really kind of talking about, there was a news release put out by the Downtown Windsor Business Improvement Association in regards to Balloonapalooza. At the same time, Gordon Orr from the Tourism Windsor, he also, and I think what happens is they kind of look at releasing some of these things for like Monday mornings, and they get kind of out. That's kind of a staple. Like Mondays, it's slow. It's the beginning of the week. Pop it there, but they really kind of think they want to get it out a little bit earlier. They want to pop it out on a Friday. I guess maybe give some people to talk about. Give some people things to talk about on the weekend. And here we are. It was information, and I think it's really tied to. And I'll talk about that in a little bit, tied to Caesars Windsor and the new funding formula with the municipality of Windsor. So therefore kind of freezing out Downtown Windsor Business Improvement Association, where they're going to have to make they've already had to make a 10% change to their budget, going to make a 30% change to their budget. And here we have some great successes like Balloonapalooza and really trying to figure out what to do for Winterfest going forward. And there were some issues last year with 2 Santa parades, and they need to really work on that and get together on that. But really, if we have some positives shouldn't turn into negatives, especially they're saying through the Downtown Windsor Business Improvement Association, the annual festival, which was the same weekend as the International Children's Game, so it really was popping downtown, if you want to call it that. That's not a pun for the balloons, just to let you know. But they look like an impact of just short of 1.1 million there. Very, very proud of that. And local residents spent about $837,000 on products and services while attending the event. And this was done, completed by the Enigma Research on behalf of Festivals and Events Ontario. You know what? And this was straight from Larry Horowitz. The study reflects Balloonapalooza's incredible value to Windsor and Essex County, says DWBIH Chair Larry Horowitz, citing to be able to verify the positive economic and social impact Balloonapalooza is having in the downtown city and region. And with all the buskers and the balloons, and again, I did some filming. I won the contest, but I did some filming down there. And it was packed on the Saturday that I was down there with bands playing and lots of people and lots of children, and it was a good economic event for the city of Windsor. Along with, in between, bouncing around to the children's game or the events we have downtown, you had some other things to do to keep you entertained in between the events. So that was also very, very important. Tourist Bureau math, it said the International Children's Game itself brought in $6.3 million. And it was economic activity to the actual Windsor and Essex County. Don't forget, it was kind of spread out all over the place, and it was pretty good. Using a formula called the Sports Tourism Economic Assessment Model, or STEAM, there was 5,000 competitors, searchers, all kinds of people anyways there, and it really made, so think about it, $7.4 million that had Windsor, Essex, because people do travel and tour, and so it's just showing it was a great event. And we need to continue to do those things. We still need to make those community links, and we need to get together, work together, so that these can happen. And now we go. We got the kind of the freeze out the deal. And again, talking about, they're saying, next year's Balloonapalooza could be in jeopardy. And I guess we have to make those statements. We have to make those projections, or the WDBIA has got to say those things and try to put a little heat, a little pressure themselves on, especially because they're losing quite a sum of money. I don't still understand it to myself, as far as casino belonging to the Downtown Windsor Business Improvement Association's boundaries, that they should still be part and parcel of it. We never want to keep on thinking, and a comment had been made before was that, you know what, whether the Casino Windsor or Caesars Windsor is like a black hole. So you know what, if they have to drag everybody in, and they need to help out and support, so we need to work out funding formulas that, you know, benefit the city of Windsor, but also benefit the downtown core, the downtown sector. So we have development there. We have some good positives going on, and we need to be able to do that. So with that, okay, Larry Horowitz, and he didn't, you know, he went to last week's city council meeting, and he talked about not so demanding, I want money and I want the city to give me money. He said, I want the city's support because I want to meet with the premier. I need to have the discussions. Casinos are major players, can be a major force in a city, especially City of Windsor or wherever the casinos are, like Niagara Falls. So therefore, we have to. He wants support. Help me out. Now, Mary Francis says, I got to be careful here. You know, if I say I don't want to not support, I think the Downtown Windsor Business Improvement Association is important, but the funding formula for the City of Windsor is just equally as important because, again, it's the corporation of the City of Windsor, so he's needed to pay his bills. He's saying he's lost some taxation due to some impact assessments, including that casino. So they lost some dollars on this side, he grabbed them on the other side, and by grabbing them on the other side, others are affected. We need to find a formula that works for everybody, and that's my spin on that. I'm Mike Thomas. You are watching the Convergence Report on XZ's TV, live stream by Noxion Digital Media, and I will be back. I'll be back probably to finish up, talk about that Facebook karma right after this.
You're watching XZ TV broadcasting live from downtown Windsor, from the Windsor Downtown Business Accelerator, and this is the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas. We'll be right back.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of this program, Beyond the Incredible, a wild ride to the brink of madness. As always, presenting the topics others might be too afraid to expose to the public. But let me tell you, the truth is beyond incredible, as it is the title of this program. Fasten your seatbelts and enjoy the ride.
Buenas tardes, mis estimados televidentes. Bienvenidos a un programa más de El Cachofos de la Azotea. Y hoy tenemos al siempre bien ponderado.
And you're back, and you're watching the Convergence Report. I'm Mike Thomas, and this is a little segment I call Facebook. It's Facebook karma. It really, you know, I try to watch everything. I try to watch what's popping on the internet. I try to, you know, try to keep as current as possible. I try to make sure I keep an eye on Twitter. That's where, again, that's most immediate and what's happening, and then what's scrolling on Facebook and the comments in there. But also what we like to do when I saw that is the different things that I've seen, or I kind of pop over to them. Community events, want to talk about you know, making sure I give enough emphasis to the different things that are happening. And the first one, as I saw it, and it's, you know, very, very important, as far as health is very important nowadays, and Windsor Business Networks, again, it was Walk for Fun and Fitness. I have Alex to put my slide up there. This is like week 3. I probably missed the first couple weeks, and I kind of finally saw it. So each, you know, couple days, October this week, what would have been, that's actually tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow and Thursday, and it's 6-week sessions, 5K Riverfront Trail, 9 a.m. to 10:30, and again, it's about helping people out. So at the same time, it's going to be going to donation of canned goods, and I believe it is to the downtown mission. So jog or run, but get healthy, get some exercise. and donate to the downtown mission. So that's that's very, very good. And using that walk format. So let's go to the next. Let's go to the next slide. And it's that time of year. Now we try to make sure we want the healthy people that have that time between 9 and 10:30 to come out and walk, and maybe some of the business people can come down from the core and also do the riverfront walk. But also what we have is that time of year, Halloween's coming. It might be Halloween, or this might be time for a zombie walk, the second Zombie Con, a family-oriented week. You can see it on Facebook. Search Zombie Walk on Facebook in Windsor, and you'll kind of there's going to be prizes, donations again to the Windsor. Donations will be collected for the Windsor Youth Center. Again, dry or canned goods for the downtown mission. Event will be hosted at Villains Bistro in Windsor. And again, prizes for best zombie, teen zombie, cutest zombie, ages 12 and under, best survival team, and more. To spread the zombie infection. And again, that is going to be. I lost. Oh, geez, my date. Zombie Walk 13. It is going to be. Oh, I'm going to have to come back and do something on that. Okay, but it is this week. It's this week. But anyways, check it out on Facebook and go from there. I lost the date on that. Okay. And this one here, I shouldn't say this one here, Windsor Express. We did pop it up on the screen. It was at the very end. I was kind of really going fast trying to get her down in time. But really, I want to the 2013, 2014 Flex Packs are on sale now. Choose the games you want to see and enjoy great savings. 5 games, 10 games, Saturdays or Sundays. For more details, 519-800-3665 to order. Or again, go to Windsor Express, Point, Real Sites. Again, just search them out in Windsor Express and you'll be able to find a site and be able to get those tickets. Get out there, come out and support the team. Had an excellent season last year. Going to build upon that success this year. So come out and support the Windsor Express. And of course, I'll play around with this going forward. Got Go Lions. Look at those Go Lions up there again there, Alex. We'll be watching this until it gets to be no fun for somebody else. Go Lions. Detroit won 40-32. And another, again, fantastic game. It was at home. Tailgaters all around. You could see the excitement. It was so exciting. It was so exciting. I go to the game myself. It took me 3 hours to get back. So that's how much people waited right to the end of the game. Before they got back in their cars, they get back across the border. A lot of Canadians go visit the game, go see the game. So that also happened. Give me the next slide there. And we always like this because it's Chicago. Because if we can do this, win or lose, it makes the day. And that is our little buddy, Jay Cutler, quarterback for the Bears. And he says the referee's looking at him and say, for the last time, I can't flank someone for making you cry. And it's our best part of the game when you start seeing Jay Cutler kind of lose it. It's perfect, if you ask my personal opinion. And my last slide, I kind of hit it last week. I'll hit it again this week. Okay, just Coach for Kids. Okay, Coats for Kids. Collect your coats. Get them out to the local cleaners. They'll clean them for free up till October 30th. They want to get about 5,000 plus coats. So let's make sure you get out there, get the coats. All ages. It's not for kids. Okay, it's the teens. There's all kinds of people that need coats. So check your closets. Get them to the cleaners. Let's hit that target for October 30th for the Unemployed Help Center. Okay, and that is about taking us to the end. If you got something to say, tweet me at WriterMiker. Send me a straight email at writermiker@gmail.com. And of course, search myself, Mike Thomas, and Knockstrom at Digital Media on Facebook. Take a look, make some comments, let us know how we're doing. Let us know what we can do to be better for you, to get you and everybody else to watch more. This has been a Convergence Report. I'm Mike Thomas from the Downtown Windsor Business Accelerator, live streamed for XE's TV by Knockstrom Digital Media. Good night now.